Hello fire signs, welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. My name's Annie. We're going to do a collective reading for the fire signs, tarot reading for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Please come into the reading with an open heart, an open mind, a desire to learn something or better yourself. And if the messages that come through don't resonate, feel free to push them aside. You may wish to revisit them at a later date. Sometimes tarot makes more sense in the future. But again, use your own discretion, your discernment, your intuition to only take away what you feel is meant for you, because you are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. That's my spiel. Let's try and have some fun. What energy is coming through for fire signs this week? Queen of Wands, love it. All right, so someone who's action-oriented, work hard, play hard, very charismatic, very excited, very enthused, excited to, get your hands dirty, get your hands messy into something. And then you have the Seven of Cups. All right, so to me, there's actually a message here of, I don't know if it's be careful what you wish for. I feel like that's kind of a sobering message. I don't know if it's that. I think this is asking you to be honest with yourself about not glamorizing something or sort of living in la la land, no offense ever, but the idea of sort of being delusional. Seven of Cups, because it's sort of that watery, dreamy energy, especially this depiction of it. Sometimes it's like we don't always get what we were sold originally, so it might be saying be careful of tricksters, or if you're getting a new job, it's like really read through that contract, because something might not be what it seems. The idea of sort of like getting sold a lemon, right? When you're getting a new car or something like that, like they make it look all shiny and fun, but in reality, there might be something to that. Can I ask what's the deal with the Seven of Cups? I won't leave you hanging with just that. We'll try and figure this out together. The Hanged Man. Yeah, for a lot of you, it's saying wait. It's not saying don't, but it's saying try and see it from another perspective, or really analyze it in a way that you haven't before. Honestly, just to save yourself the hassle. Again, with the Hanged Man, it's a Neptune energy, so the idea of something being foggy or unclear or not quite what it seems. I think more information will probably present itself in the future, but if you're being pushed into a corner to make some sort of swift or fast decision, that's where maybe your Queen of Wands here, the Queen of Action and decisiveness, she may sort of have to she may have to chill out a little bit, which I know is hard, especially when you're really excited and enthusiastic about something. But the thing is, it's for your own benefit. If you're in some sort of group project or team project, it kind of feels like someone may not uphold their end of the deal. I see my fire signs presenting this week as knowing what they want, but there's something about sort of that external thing or that external party. It's not a perfect match right now. So the Six of Wands, to me, it says there's victory in holding off a little bit longer. There's reward. I like the little laurels shown here. Hold on. There's a couple messages coming through here with this. There's victory in strength, and I think for a lot of you fire signs, it has to do with controlling those impulses or those urges to move forward with something. Even though, I don't know, I do sense that intuitively something might be off, but you might be willing to give it the benefit of the doubt or to choose to see the good in the situation. And that's typically a quality that serves my fire signs very well. But I don't know, just something in this situation says, wait to see what it transforms into, because you're going to have more clarity on what you want versus what you don't want. There is victory in this in the end. So this isn't just like a missed opportunity or a lost cause. There's reason to step back and see it from a different perspective. Maybe this just has to do with a project or submitting final work if you're going back to school, or, whatever it is. This could also be throwing something together at the last moment because you're so close to the end, you just kind of develop a case of the fuck-its where you're just like, it's good enough. In metaphor, I'm so close to graduating, I'm just going to pass in the final paper. I'm over it. I think you will be, regretful by not spending more time with this subject matter or this situation. Really avoid making those snap decisions. I'm just reiterating what I've already said, but wherein lies the victory? How do we get the victory from this sort of confusion or this delay or this patience? Let's see. Seven of Cups is Venus in Scorpio. So again, this idea of the transformation of the Hanged Man, right? The chrysalis to the butterfly. That's sort of what this says. It's, the Hanged Man inverts himself to get a new perspective on the situation. And it is a period of rest. I will put that out there. Venus in Scorpio, though. Scorpio is the sign of major transformations, endings, and new beginnings. So again, the idea of what you see now is not what it's going to be in a couple days or a couple weeks or a couple months. Something here is under major transformation. This could be a change up of leadership at your work. Like you might be gunning for a promotion, but in reality, there could be, again, a change of management that's actually really going to, like it may actually benefit you in the long run to not go in on this or to really, again, step back and think about it or ask for a few days to crunch your numbers, whatever it is. How do we get to this King of Wands? I'm sorry, not King of Wands. That's interesting, though, that I called it the King of Wands. Again, something to do with partnership here. The Six of Wands, which is a great card. Be conscious of not acting out of pride or acting out of ego. Again, the idea of later regretting it. The Hangman can be a card of what you have to sacrifice in the long run in order to obtain this position of authority or this success, this victory, this win, this accomplishment. You may have to sacrifice something that's just okay. And I totally get it because some of you are, it's like you're really trying to see the positive in it and be like, no, like I know it's like a diamond in the rough, but if I can just get in there and work with it, I know it'll be great. I love that enthusiasm. This feels very Sagittarian to me. So shout out to my Saggies who are in that mode, or if you have strong Sagittarius. But with that, is it worth it? And only you know the answer to that. But if this is confirming something you're already thinking and feeling, to me, the Hangman says like it's like you may get caught up in it, caught up in that idealized vision or, what it should be, what it could be. But in reality, what is it really? I think that's important too. Like we have a lot of cups and wands, but where's that earthy energy? Where's that groundedness? Where's, bringing it back to the physical reality of the situation? Well, yeah, it could be $1 million idea, but do you have that money in your bank account now? Can you take that risk? And again, up to you. You know the answer to that. Okay. So I think in order to get to this sort of, okay, it is a win, it is a victory. To me, the Eight of Swords says you need to avoid holding yourself hostage to a fixed vision or a fixed idea. This is a Gemini card. I'm also getting kind of like the idea of fixed air, the fixed idea, holding on to that one idea, that one vision, kind of Aquarian energy. And again, it's a beautiful energy. It's like, it could be so great and it has so much potential. I see so much in it. I want to root for the underdog. It's a diamond in the rough. Totally admirable. But something about this, it's finicky. It's like you reach out to grab it and it turns to dust. It turns to smoke. Or again, the illusion of what you actually see behind sort of those clouds. It's not what you're actually getting. And again, this to me says you may end up holding yourself hostage or putting yourself in this, metaphoric prison by going in on it in its original form. I hope this is kind of making sense to some of you. When you release yourself from the idea of a certain expectation of what this is supposed to be or should be, versus being open to the idea of what the universe is going to throw at you. Meet the universe halfway. Put in the effort, put in the energy. But if for some reason you're being blocked or denied or there's a waiting period, that might actually be for a very good reason because the universe is like, no. Like, I know you think you want this. And, it's not to say it's going to be terrible. I think the longevity of it is not there, and so there's reason to go back and think, to go back to the drawing board, and again, releasing yourself from this I almost see this like as this like one last shred of hope. It's like this one last chance to make something work when maybe it wasn't meant to work for a very good reason. And I know that might be frustrating or confusing, but this is about having faith that the universe does see you and the universe is rooting for you and wants you to come out on top. But sometimes we're given life circumstances where something just isn't meant to succeed, with all the bells and whistles that we thought, because it's actually aligning us to our real purpose or our true north or however you want to say it. All right, that's one message. Let's talk about love for the fire signs. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do good old Rider-Waite. Why not? Okay, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Embrace the delay. And as frustrating as it is, embrace the confusion, knowing that the universe might be saying to you, ooh, maybe not a good time to make, long-term decisions, If you can avoid signing major contracts. It almost kind of has a Mercury retrograde vibe to it. Like what you think you're getting yourself into is going to change once, And at the time I'm recording this, Mercury is not in retrograde. So, but who knows? Maybe some of you will watch it in the future. Anyway, here we go. Love and relationships, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Love and relationships for Aries, Leo, and Sag. I see a tower. Should we take it? It's really popping out. Ooh, love out of nowhere. Unexpected love. Love at first sight. Sparks, magic, chemistry. Falling in love. Yeah, look at you. I was going to say, for some reason, I don't get that this is a bad tower. Sometimes the tower can be like life-altering or life-changing in a way that it's like, holy shit, the world's on fire. But the thing is, it's more like, holy shit, I'm in love with these two cards. This is typically a card of marriages, of milestones, of reasons to celebrate. Two of Cups is relatively new, though. That can be like a date or a chance meeting, a connection of some sorts, compatibility. Cups, it comes from the heart space, right? It's in tune with our emotions. I don't know, there's something kind of divinely guided here with those little wings. Warm, friendly, flirty conversation. Yeah, and I mean, this, in theory, this could be a connection, a partnership. It could even be a friendship, right? If you're not looking for love. Some sort of significant, major, I would say destined relationship is coming into your life that in theory could actually have quite a bit of longevity, that could serve you well now and into your future. Again, if that's something you're seeking or desiring. Okay, but with that, there might be some sort of major ending. So for those who have gone through a recent breakup or a recent divorce, again, the idea of having faith that this message is coming through again in a different way. There's still light at the end of the tunnel. Just because you're in the darkness now doesn't mean that's the end of the story, right? It's about, really, the Ten of Swords is Sun in Gemini, so death of the ego, or death of the thoughts, the reasoning, the logic of, well, this is the way my life was supposed to be. This was my path. This was my trajectory. Maybe it's not, and maybe it's actually a great thing. But I understand that when this card comes up, sometimes it can feel like, all is lost. Like, why did I go through that? Why me? Why did this happen? But really, it's sort of that uncomfortable shedding of the skin, to reveal the new you. And ultimately, right, as scary as this card can be, it doesn't have to be. Sometimes these 10 swords just represent lessons that humbled us, right? It's ideas that are quite weighty and heavy. And I will say this, typically, this card to me represents something that has been a long time coming, right? These 10 swords just don't come out of thin air. They don't come out of nowhere. So for a lot of you, it's saying with the ending of something that was a long time coming, or a buildup that was just, again, frustrating. It felt like you were always going against the grain, or, walking on eggshells around your partner. When, for some of you, if this is resonating, when something kind of tapers off and taps out and it is a final ending, it is bittersweet, even though some of you are some of you may be in the mind frame of, oh, it's just bitter. It didn't work out and my life is over. That's not true. Something, I will say with the Tower, unexpected, something shocking, something different, something unique, something alternative to what you've known or experienced thus far comes in. And I mean, guys, in love readings or relationship, romantic readings, these cards are incredible. So that's what I mean. This is like falling in love out of nowhere, meeting someone unexpectedly who transforms your path forward. Maybe it's a connection that leads to like a really lovely job, or a really great friendship, meeting someone out of the clear blue. That's what this says to me. So don't be afraid of release. Don't be afraid of letting go. Don't be afraid of moving on and trying something new. And I hate to say this as don't do this, don't do that. It's your life. Do whatever you want, right? But if you're reading into this tarot reading and thinking this might resonate, I'm really focusing on this too, the idea of the Hierophant and what he represents in tarot, which is a Taurus card, if that makes sense for any of you. This man who has, the swords in his back, he's still holding that pose of that committed, almost, what do you call it, like a pledge, a commitment to something, and yet that's what it did. So I don't want to say, go back on your commitments, but again, for a lot of you, I'm sensing there's an ending in a relationship that was probably a long time coming, but you were like, no, like, we're going to fix it. We're going to commit to it. We're going to go to therapy. We're going to do this. By all means, Try it if it's safe and healthy and, you're not getting hurt in the process. But some of you, it feels like this is past an expiration date. So it's the recognition, the ego death, the dawning of a new day, that something you committed yourself to didn't work out, and that's okay. Because look what's under it. The King of Pentacles, something much, much better, something much more stable. Let's talk about that. I don't think you've had any earth energy in your reading so far, whether it's career or relationship wise, right? So the King of Pentacles is what's underneath. Possibly something with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Again, if this isn't romantic, this could be a connection that leads to a good job. So I like that very much. Let's leave you with an oracle card. I didn't really think about which one I'm going to use. Let's see. Give me a second here. Which one do I want? Oracle card. Oh, I'm very indecisive. Let's do an animal card. Why not? I see a turkey. I see a turkey and a coyote. We'll see if those come out. It makes me think of that, is a Joni Mitchell song? There's some lyric where she's like, hey, coyote. Anyone watch Grace and Frankie? The son on that, his name is Coyote. I love that. Love that actor. Anyway, I'm rambling. Here we go. That's what you get at the Intuitive Teacup. You get my random pop culture rambles. Turtle spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. Love it. All right, let's read from the book if I can find it. Oracle message. The turtle spirit arrives to remind you that when you do what you need to do, putting one foot in front of the other and trusting that you will see your trusting that you will see your intentions manifest in perfect timing, your prosperity and love will grow exponentially. Now is not the time to rush around trying to force matters. Move slowly, perhaps even so slowly that it almost feels as if you're not moving at all. There's your hangman energy. This may be a time to crawl before walking. Taking your time to align to turtle spirit places you in contemplation down this road you are on, doing what you need to do in small moments that will soon pass. Turtle spirit reminds you that sometimes the best action is to slow right down. So if it feels as if you are not doing enough, know that simply being aware of what is happening right now may be an important step towards determining whether you need to pivot or simply keep putting one foot in front of the other. True love and true success comes with patience, says Turtle Spirit. Focus on the now and the next steps will be clear. All right, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that is your tarot reading this week. Thanks for your patience. Hope to be back to YouTube more consistently. I should probably change my name to the Inconsistent Teacup instead of the Intuitive Teacup. But anyway, glad you joined me today. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.